Hello everyone, so here I am Aarvi. Today's our topic is cornea. So let's get started. So let's talk about cornea. The cornea is the transparent front part of the eye that covers the iris, pupil and anterior chamber, or we can say all the parts which you can easily see from the outsides are covered by cornea as it is transparent, so you can easily see it. Yeah, next the cornea refracts light, accounting the approximately two-third part of total power of the eye is contributed by the cornea. So let's take approx. Our eye has 60 diopter power, so 43 diopters is contributed by cornea. So cornea's power is 43 diopter. The cornea can be reshaped by surgery, and that surgery is known as LASIK surgery. The persons which has refractive error are they go under this surgery and cured through their refractive errors. While the cornea contributes most of the eye's focusing power, but its focus is fixed. It means like our lens has the power of accommodation, but our cornea doesn't have the power of accommodation. It can't change its power. It has a fixed power, and that is 43 diopters. It can't be changed. Okay, then refractive index of cornea, as it is a transparent surface or transparent structure, so it has certainly its refractive index of 1.376. Refractive index does not have any SI unit. Okay, next, here you can see in this slide there are various different parts of the cornea. The first layer you can see here, the red layer is our epithelium, then this purple layer, the second layer after the epithelium is the Bowmans layer, then light blue colorish layer is our stroma layer, and the under the stroma layer is our Desmond membrane. Before Desmond membrane, as you can see in this image, the red part is the Duas layer, or pre-Desmond membrane is also known as Duas layer. Okay, it is uh, in 2013 it is discovered. Okay, and then the last layer is endothelium layer. As you can see, the first layer, epithelium layer, contains many cells or many layers in it. Then the Bowman's layer, here you can see that, and the widest part of cornea is the stroma layer. Okay, it contains around 70% of the cornea, and in that 70%, the 90% is water. Okay, then Duas layer, Desmond membrane and endothelial. As you can see here, this is endothelial layer. Okay, now corneal epithelium. Now we gonna discuss about each layer one by one. So first we start with corneal epithelium. Corneal epithelium is a thin multicellular layer. As I told you, it is non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, it has ability to regenerate cell. Okay, it always kept regenerating and shedding due to the tears. Okay, it takes its nourishment from tears. Okay, the most significant component, matlab the most particular layer which provides the refractive power of the eye is this corneal epithelium. Okay, it is continuous with the conjunctival epithelium and is composed of 6 layers of cells. As you can see in this image, there are 6 layers, matlab more than one layer. In this you can see more than 6 cells, but it is mainly of 6 layers of cells. Okay, which are shedded constantly on the exposed layer and are regenerated by multiplication in the basal layer. So it has a capability of regeneration. In a week, the epithelium is almost replaced. Okay, almost a new epithelium is formed. Okay, now next is our Bowman's layer. The second layer in of cornea is Bowman's layer. It is also known as anterior limiting membrane. Okay, in the second point you can see that Bowman's layer is a tough layer which is composed of type 1 collagen fiber. Okay, type 1 collagen fibers and some SPGs that protects the corneal stroma. Bowman's membrane is so tough that if there is absence of stroma, then Bowman's layer can help to maintain the shape of the cornea. Okay, Bowman's layer is acellular condensed. मतलब the condensed part of stroma is also called as Bowman's layer. Stroma, if we condense the stroma layer, then what we get is the Bowman's membrane. Okay, it is composed of collagen fibrils. Okay, these fibrils are so tightly bound to each other, okay, and attached in a particular fashion. This layer is about 8 to 14 micrometer thick, and it is also absent in some primates. Okay, in some non-primates it is also absent, but as you all know, humans are comes under primates, so we have this layer in our eyes. Okay, it does not have regeneration property. Once Bowman's membrane is damaged or destructed, it cannot be regenerated like our epithelium. Our epithelium have the ability to regenerate, but it Bowman's layer does not regenerate. Okay, it acts as a barrier for various drugs and foreign components to the eye. Next one is the stroma layer, a thick transparent middle layer which is consist of collagen fibers, okay, arranged in parallel fashion and interconnected keratocyte. Keratocytes are the cells of the cornea. Kerato stands for cornea and cytes stands for cells. So keratocytes are the corneal cells. They are generally repair and maintain, so it also has the ability to regenerate, a little ability to regenerate. Okay, the fibers are parallelly arranged, or the layers are parallelly arranged, we can say that like pages of books. Okay, the corneal stroma consists of approximately 200 layers of type 1 collagen fibers. Okay, each layer is 1.2 to 2.5 micrometer. 90% of corneal thickness is made by stroma, means the 90% of the whole cornea is consist by stroma layer only. There are two theories you can you will study about the two theories of the transparency of cornea. So the one is the lattice arrangement theory and the second is Goldman and Bendick theory. The lattice arrangement theory is says that or states that the arrangement of fiber is in parallel fashion so that the transparency is maintained. Okay, the space between the fibers is maintained, due to which the transparency is maintained, while the Goldman and Bendick's theories say that the space between the collagen fiber is responsible for the transparency of the membrane. Okay, next is pre-Desmond membrane. Pre-Desmond membrane is a very thin and strong layer. It is also known as Dua's layer. It is 15 micron thick and able to withstand 1.5 to 2 bars of pressure, means it can hold 1.5 to 2 bars of pressure on it. Dua's layer is discovered in 2013 by Harminder Singh Dua. In his on his name only, this layer is also known as Dua's layer. It is a layer of cornea. Okay, it is present between the corneal stroma and Desmond membrane. That's why it is also known as pre-Desmond membrane. Despite its thickness, the layer is very strong and impervious to air. As you can see, it is very thin layer, but still it is very strong and it cannot access the air to come inside the eye or inside the other membranes of the eye. Okay, it is strong enough to withstand up to 2 bars or 200 kilopascal of pressure. Okay, next is Desmond membrane. There is not so much about Desmond membrane, but some points are which are important. I will tell you in this slide only. Desmond membrane is a thin acellular layer that serves as a basement membrane for the corneal endothelium. Okay, The cells of corneal endotheliums are derived from the Desmond membrane only. This layer is composed of type 4 collagen fibers, which are less rigid than collagen type 1 fibers. In which layer of cornea the type 1 collagen fiber are present? Tell me in the comment sections. Okay. So tell me in which layer the type 1 collagen fibers are present. There are two layers in which type 1 collagen fibers are present. You will tell me in the comment section. Okay. So let's continue with this slide. It is less rigid than collagen type 1 fibers because it contains type 4 collagen. Okay, and it is around 5 to 20 micrometer thick. Next is our sixth layer is endothelium layer. It is single layer, mono layer. Okay, its thickness is approximately 5 micrometer. It is rich in mitochondria and the shapes of the cells of endothelium are hexagonal shape. One thing I missed in this slide is that it contains 6,000 cells in it at the time of birth. It means 6,000 cells per square are present at the time of birth, but as we grow and till adulthood, there are only 2,000 to 3,000 cells per square are present in the endothelium layer. Okay, it does not have regeneration capacity, but it compensate for dead cells by stretching and reduces the overall cell density of the endothelium. Okay, the endothelium is affect fluid regulation. It controls the regulation of fluid. Okay, its main function is to regulate the fluid and solute transportation between the aqueous and corneal stromal compartments. Okay, if endothelium may damage or its cell density will decrease more than 500 cells per square, then it causes stromal swelling and it also loses the transparency of the cornea. It also gives rise to corneal edema, or it mainly affects on the corneal transparency. Okay. Now, function of cornea. The cornea act as the eye's outermost lens. We cannot said it as a lens. Lens is said in this reference is like it's a optical part of the eye. Okay, it is one of the outermost optical part of the eye. Okay, its function is like a window that controls the amount of the light entering into the eye. It controls and helps to focus the amount of light entering into the eye. Okay, the cornea contributes between 65 to 75% of the eye's total focusing power. As I told you, 2 by 3 part of power is contributed by the cornea. When light strikes the cornea, it bends and refracts the light onto the lens, so lens can accommodate and send the light or send the image to the retina. Okay, next it protects internal parts of eye from dust, debris and germs. As cornea is the outermost layer of the eye, so it helps to prevent or it helps to protect the eye from the external environment or from the dust, debris and foreign bodies. Next, the nerve and the blood supply of the eye. The blood and nerve supply of the cornea. Let me tell you first, as cornea is transparent, it does not contain any blood vessels in it. It takes its all nutrition from the limbus area or from the tears, from the aqueous humor and oxygen directly from the atmosphere. Okay, nerve supply. The cornea is most sensitive tissue of the body. It contains the sensory nerves via the ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve. Okay, it contains around 300 to 600 times more pain receptors than skin. Then that's why if you get anything into your eye, or if any smallest thing comes into your eye, it causes a lots and lots of pain. That's why, because it contains 300 to 600 times more pain receptors, more sensitivity than your skin. Okay, the ciliary nerves run under the endothelium and exit the eye through holes in the sclera apart from the optic nerve. The innervations of the cornea comes from the sclera part, optic part and ciliary nerves part. The nerves enter the cornea by three basic levels, that are scleral, episcleral and conjunctival. Okay. The cornea nerves of the superepithelium layer terminate near the superficial epithelial layer of the cornea. It means the nerves which are present in the subepithelial layer, they restrict to the superficial epithelial layer only. The density of the epithelial nerve decreases with the age. So here, thank you. Please like, share and subscribe if this video helped you.